Hello and welcome to the DXDAO BizDev call for Monday, 11th of July, 2022. On the agenda today, we have a relatively light agenda. We're going to be exploring or discussing the Orbis club presentation that happened a few weeks ago. And upcoming under DX events, we have ETHCC. So prepping for ETHCC, I think there are a couple of initiatives that are happening on Twitter and around our event. And yeah, we have Hacker Soul. I think the name has changed, right? Hacker Vision, right? And we're going to be discussing that, the DXDAO hackathon in Bogota. And yes, I don't know, do we want to get started? Yeah. Anyone else has any other topics to the agenda, feel free to add. And yeah, I think yeah, talking about Orbis, they presented to us a few weeks ago, and I wrote this in the DX Ventures discussion. I'm also doing some due diligence for this from the perspective of Collider, and I think, yeah, I think this is a very interesting opportunity for DXDAO, simply because this is kind of falls into the category of stuff that DXDAO will also use with an opportunity to invest. And yeah, sort of what are people thinking? I can tell you that the immediate thing that comes to mind is that this is a competitor to sort of Lens protocol, but this uses a completely different infrastructure, right? If Lens protocol is using smart contracts on Polygon, this is using essentially a ceramic. So it's the data itself is not on a blockchain; it's on IPFS, and yeah, this is a big difference. And then I think it's very hard to compete with Stani and what they're doing. So this is kind of a very big question that I have. And yeah, when I'm talking to Baptiste, I told him I'm wearing both hats, and I'm going to be doing due diligence for both. So yeah, I'm going to meet him in Paris, and other people are welcome as well to join. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I talked for too long.
No. You're right. Baptiste and Charlie, they're coming to our mixer, so we'll all meet them there. The thing is, remember in a recent conversation where I said the gold in crypto is the users, and I don't feel like we should be going after the users directly. We should truly be selling shovels. As the adage goes, in a gold rush, don't dig for gold, sell shovels. So I think it's very difficult to go directly and try and find users. And I think these solutions that you mentioned, like Lens, Orbis, and there are even a few others, they'll have a very, very hard time finding users and getting traction and adoption, which doesn't mean they should not be supported. Just the opposite. Be the change, of course. But I feel like when it comes to an investment, it probably isn't the best thing for DXDAO to probably do at this point. We should definitely support them by using their product and co-marketing and telling everyone else how great it is. But I'm just not sure about the investment side.
Yeah, I can tell you that you're very much correct, I think, in that, call it decentralized social. It's not going to be in this cycle, and probably not even the next. To have a Twitter alternative, but sort of with people owning their data or using wallets, whatever, to log in. I don't think this will happen in this sort of the next bull market. But I can tell you that what I like about what Baptiste is building is that it's not building. Orbis Club is sort of like an end user product, but it's just to prove that the protocol works. His goal is to actually give sort of this entire Orbis protocol as an SDK for people to build their own sort of like applications, which is an interesting vertical to explore. And yeah, I mean, yeah, in general, I think this is going to be a very, very tough market. And yeah, even, Lens, which has like the full weight of Aave and, billions of dollars that they could spend, it's going to be difficult. But yeah, I don't know. Happy to hear like other people who are looking at this. I don't know, maybe Ross from like the developer perspective. I don't know if you dive deep into the documentation or what they're doing from a technical side, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a call, I think, after the initial call we had in the biz dev one with Baptiste, and we talked, and so we're going to use it. We got access to their SDK, and I think we're going to be the first ones to use it outside of Orbis Club, obviously. So yeah, I think in the next coming weeks we'll probably be implementing it and stuff. And yeah, I was writing in the chat, but I kind of doubt Lens will be the only thing. Obviously, like Aave being behind Lens is it's probably its biggest strength. I think if anyone else is doing it, there's a decent chance it would fail. But I also don't think it's going to be the only social network. And yeah, I think to get the same experience, like Lens has a lot more stuff to do than like Orbis Club is already pretty great. Certainly a lot more user friendly than Lens will probably be in like even a year, I would imagine. But
yeah, so I tell you, when I talked to Baptiste, he said like he initially built this as smart contracts and then realized, this is going to be shit. This is going to be terrible user experience. And then decided to explore Ceramic. And so Ceramic wasn't ready, so he built the indexing layer for Ceramic, which is like, okay, now you can build something like that. Which is, yeah, it's interesting, this whole thing. So
I mean, I've been using a similar social network for like more than a year. It's been around for a hell of a lot of time, and like it has even tens of thousands of daily active users, but it still isn't anywhere on track to kind of like rival, the traditional social networks. They try to incent, because when you think about the perspective of the user, what would make the user jump ship and go to the other one? Like, what's the incentive? Is it the better experience? Not really, because it's actually more difficult. Is it some monetary incentive? And they try and do that. And when you get a lot of likes or retweets and you get paid for it, it sounds good on paper, but in reality, it just fails. Like you are tweeting something. Sometimes you even pay to tweet, and then you're expecting someone to retweet and like your tweet so that you get your return on investment and maybe even make some, but it doesn't work. And it's like tiresome. People just like the what they used to, like with Twitter, and I don't know what the catalyst will be to make people start using a different type of social network.
Yeah, so I think I mean, I agree with you. It's the features that we have right now are not going to be making the difference. I think, I don't know, maybe Elon Musk is going to piss off Twitter so much they kick him out, and then people are going to have to move somewhere else. Yeah. This is an interesting.
Sorry, I think the cool thing about what Orbis is, I mean, I think Lens is also doing this already in some ways, but having the data be available, like we're using Orbis Club data in like a governance application. It's basically like discourse, but you could also like view all of this content on another. If it was a Twitter analogy, you could still view it on Twitter, or like follow people on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like one data
directly
set.
Comparing it to Twitter is necessarily, like, you could compare it to Twitter. You could also compare it to like Discourse or any other sort of forum platform.
Yeah. So the Discourse, and I think, I don't know, like people here remember in the old Alchemy, they had Discuss, which was like comments, and then that was terrible. And then we implemented a version of this in Omen, for comments using Ceramic, but that also was terrible because there was no indexing. And so like Orbis could serve like these type of things as well, like commenting on basically anywhere in the web, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like discussing alchemy. I liked it. But yeah, what I'd like to see is probably, because a lot of people are shitposting, or a lot of people are using networks but not really generating any content, so they don't bother much about their content being immutable, or permanently like non-censorable. But it should be probably offered as a bolt-on. Like you could tweet 20 tweets, and if two of those are really important to you and you feel like someone might want to censor them, and you want to pay extra to upload them to, say, IPFS and pin them, then you do that for those special tweets, but not for like every single one. Like some kind of a hybrid system, you know?
Okay, well, we'll see how this develops, and yeah, like I'm happy to share like all my notes about talking to them. Yeah, and I think the biggest question is like, how does this get a lot of users, which is not an easy question to answer, and like what's the vertical to attack first, and yeah. So I don't know. Does anyone else have any thoughts?
I mean, the silver lining is if we integrate this into a governance system and Davi, and we have the esports fans from all over the world use our governance system, the guilds, for ERC20 tokens, they will eventually also be using Orbis, right? So I think we're helping them a lot.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I think we are helping. Question is if we want to also like financially share the success from like an investment perspective, but it's not mandatory in any way. Yeah, I guess we can like move on to the next topic. I just had a thought. Do we have any updates on Rye? I saw some like discussion about it, Dave. I don't know if you want to share. Like, what's the status with that?
Sure. Yeah, we offloaded the majority of our Rye into USDC, DAI, and LUSD, and just currently observing how the market kind of absorbs that. So the Rye redemption rate has already been decreasing a little bit, but it's still strongly negative at like -17 last time I checked. And so just continuing to actively monitor that. And I think based on how that develops over the next week or two, make a decision on, bring it to the forum what we want to do with the remaining Rye that we currently hold on to. But that's pretty much it for now.
Okay,
nice.
And nature is healing. the protocol rate is already lower, so we are actually helping balance it. So yeah, it works as intended.
Yeah, we I haven't seen if we like made like some PR around this. Like we should. I mean, I guess we can.
Well, the only funny thing is, I think now the largest Rye holder, or maybe it's the largest Rye debt holder, is Vitalik. Because he has like, I don't know, he took out like a $1 or $2 million thing on printed Rye, and I think he converted it to DAI. And so now he's up like, I think 25K on that trade because the price of Rye has declined. And so I don't know when he will close that or if he will close that, but that's kind of interesting. It's Vitalik.eth.
How does that sound? He converted to DAI.
Well, the joke was that maybe he was waiting for DXDAO to sell to close off the position. That would be cool, but I haven't actually checked in the last couple of days.
We should, I mean, so I think like we should try to be public about all of this, like all of our thought process, all of our like understanding of Rye and like what happened. And then, even tag Vitalik. Hey, Vitalik, are you waiting for us to sell? Because we just sold. Or I guess, or offload it. Meanwhile, Dave is rugging everyone in the chat.
No, I actually saw. Unrugged.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting. Right. I don't see Keenan here, but I guess for the next stuff about ETHCC. So we have the event. I saw the tweets, and I didn't see that we get too much traction. Melanie, are you here?
Yeah. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry, Nylon. My service is kind of bad.
Yeah, just like about our mixer and yeah, about like telling us why decentralization matters. I didn't see too many responses.
Oh yeah, so we actually haven't received that many responses directly on Twitter, but there is our event is pretty popular. Like it is completely sold out. Not sold out, but there's a huge wait list. But I'm really excited for it. But unfortunate that nobody's really responded to the Twitter response.
Yeah. I mean, but good try, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like my inspiration was the Rave poem thing, but that's obviously everybody's like frothing on that. So, yeah.
I guess like to appease Elon Musk, it seems like maybe we also got some of our followers being bots. If we didn't get that much engagement, if you have like 10,000 followers and you don't have much engagement, I don't think it's the content that's the problem. We have fantastic content. I think some of those followers may have like abandoned their accounts, or it could be bots, or who knows. I mean, it like the Elon Musk meme from yesterday is amazing. That progression, like he's grinning and then smiling and then laughing, and then he's like wahahaha. Basically, Twitter denied disclosing how many of their users are bots, and then he threatened them to break the deal. He broke the deal. Now they're suing him for breaking the deal, and now he's taking them. And because they're taking him to court, they themselves scored. What do you call it in English when your team scores a goal in your goal, like
own goal?
Own goal? Yeah. So basically, Twitter scored an own goal by getting themselves to court to disclose how many bots they have, and I'm like, he's laughing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is something that's going to be interesting to see develop. But
yeah. But on the topic of Paris, it seems like the FOMO for ETHCC is incredible. Our event, our mixer, got 559 people apply on the wait list, and now we have 94 people who are on the guest list, VIPs, which leaves us with just 56 passes to give away, which means we'd need to only approve 1 in 10 people. We'd need to reject 9 out of every 10 people that applied. That's how big the FOMO for Paris is this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would say like approve more than the guest list.
Definitely, because some may not attend, and even if we go over, say, with a few people, it's not a problem. But of course, yeah. And I have it here on the agenda on the topic of Paris. Let's sync up with swag, flyers, stickers. On the topic of swag, do we have Venki here? He mentioned that the T-shirts have been printed already and they're being transported. I wonder whether he's got an update. I assume everything's going according to plan, so no worries on that front. Stickers, Dirk, your wish was fulfilled on the Friday strategy call. We collectively agreed to go ahead with the stickers. rather than the labels. Is everything going according to plan with the stickers?
I'm finishing the stickers as we speak, and I will kind of finish the designs today and post them into the Paris forum.
Nice.
I think I need to print them or send them to the printers tomorrow latest. That's the status.
I have a question.
I think I'm going to go for a fancy mirror material stickers. So they will be shiny, they will be glossy.
I love those. I love those. Those were my best, my favorite ones from Amsterdam.
Beautiful.
I gave them all away to my nephews. The shiny mirror reflecty types stickers were the best ones.
Nice, it's going to be great.
And Dave is asking, are they going to be sticky? That's a rhetorical question. Good. Moving on. I shared an article which is kind of like an info material that each of us could go through, use as talking points for when we meet people in Paris and chat about Swapper. And if you find anything you're not happy with, feel free to comment or suggest edits, and we'll do those. You can find the link here in the agenda. Yeah, and
I'll paste it in the chat too.
Perfect. And yeah, and flyers. Do you need help with like flyers, Dirk, or is it like going along with the stickers?
I'm kind of just planning one step ahead because at the moment everything is a bit tight and busy. So flyers are the next thing. I think we can print them more or less last minute, but I concentrate on getting stickers out of the to the printers today. It would be great if you would be able to, or somebody would be able to, prepare some content, what you want on the flyers, and then I can start to work on it. But it shouldn't be a big deal. For sure, we can, together with Boris, finish them by tomorrow or something, or have a first draft tomorrow, and then get some feedback and send them out.
Thank you very much, sir. Good. Yeah, there's plenty of content we can help with. Actually, the problem is not finding content, but figuring out exactly what to present in a concise manner. Like, there's so much to tell the world about, and what do you pick? Like, you cannot talk people's ears off, and you cannot like share a Bible with them. It's got to be simple, and it should convey the essence. So yeah, the task at hand is pretty much just figuring out what the key selling points are that we should be talking about. Maybe Zed and Venki could help with guidance on the product side. Good. Next, we got Infinite Bogota. Augusto shared that since we tweeted about it, we haven't got that many applications submitted, and we'd need to do something about it. It is months away, but still, we're gonna like wake up tomorrow, and it's gonna be time. So we need to do,
I'll just say that I think you saw me, like, I'm volunteering with like ETH Berlin. I used to do it in the past as well. But I'm volunteering with that, and it's unfortunately, like, this is the thing. Like, they also have like, I think like 14 people who applied. But what we need to do is just like nonstop talk about it, and there needs to be a tweet about this hackathon every week. We need to continuously talk about it, and there needs to be like constant, every time with like a different, I don't know, different copy, different meme, different something. But like non-stop talk about this from DXDAO. Like every couple of days there should be like a tweet, or like at least once a week tweet about the hackathon and like what can we build and like what are we doing there and stuff like that.
Indeed, yeah. Has anyone subscribed to a blog that they find interesting, that believe hackers would be reading, that we could probably partner with, so we could amplify our reach and reach out to a bigger audience? Then we will definitely like tweet about it more, but that only gets us halfway. We probably need to reach out outside of our followers, and we need to do this with partners talking about it rather than just us talking about it on our channels. So I think, was it John or Dave who suggested we should reach out to Evan Van Ness? And if anyone has any other ideas to share. I was wondering, a low-hanging fruit, maybe Bankless, but like, are there a lot of hackers following Bankless? I think there are, and we do have good contact with them, so why not? If everybody else is on board, we'll chat more about this on the DX voice call tomorrow, of course. But yeah, you have a day to think about it and come up with some interesting ideas. No. It's really cheap. They offered us a marketing plan to promote any of our products on their blog, social media, and it was very, very competitive, like even cheap. So I think it could work. If everyone else is on board, we could reach out to them and ask if they would be happy to do this. Yeah.
Where is Augusto? Like, I'm wondering if we could do like, let's invite Bankless to do this like at DXDAO and Bankless Hackathon. Like, why not? He's not going for it.
Oh, yeah.
Do hackers like Bankless? Like, I don't know if that's kind of the overlap with the audience they're talking.
Yeah.
I think Week in Ethereum or Epicenter would be a little more up there, the alley for the audience that, been targeting. Epicenter, I think also, is another good one to look at.
Yeah. What was Hasu's blog called? That one too.
Yeah, he doesn't do advertising.
Oh yeah, maybe as a friendly gesture. Yeah.
Common Core.
Common Core. Yeah, Uncommon Core. That's right. Yeah.
Or yeah,
so many.
Core.
So many. Yeah. Good.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything else on the agenda, but I will say that if you want to get this hackathon going, we need to figure out like a communications plan, and then I don't know, maybe this is something that we do with I guess in the DX voice chat with Keenan and anyone in DX voice basically, but figuring out the plan and like what do we want to tweet or like communicate and how do we do it and who do we distribute it to?
Yeah,
it's like Reddit forums as well is like a low hanging fruit. So
indeed, yeah. I will be sharing it in some Telegram channels with devs, so hopefully we'll get some. We can. I think we should definitely reach out to Developer DAO.
Yeah. Maybe invite them to do this together, like Developer DAO and DXDAO.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like we need to coordinate with Augusto, and so we'll have to like get the clearance, Right. Yeah. I mean, anyone have anything on their mind about the stuff we already spoke of, or anything new that we didn't mention?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Let's
Probably we
know
can
the topics.
wrap it
Yeah,
up.
we guess we can end early. And I think have a great week and see you all physically next week.